Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version of this to our YouTube channel so you can see our beautiful faces, mine especially.
Much
So
better.
yeah, make sure to check us out there and everything. My name is Matt, and as always, I'm being joined by my sister Vetta.
What up, my dudes?
Hi. And on this episode, because it's Halloween and spooky season, we are going to be doing the movie Into the Dark, My Valentine. Vetta, before we get started on drinks and stuff, I want to just mention something real quick. So this, you guys, is on Hulu, and it's a part of a TV show called Into the Dark. When I first saw it, I could have swore I seen it just as a plain old movie. In fact, I'm not. I know I saw it just as a plain old movie, not a part of a TV show. I did see something, read something about a lawsuit, so I'm curious as to if it went from wherever it was before, which I thought it was on Shudder, to over to Hulu because of this said lawsuit. But I don't know all the details. But if you guys want to, it's on Hulu. Okay, that's what I wanted to say.
And you can search on Hulu Into the Dark. It's in season 2 or My Valentine. Because Into the Dark is very similar to the popular Black Mirror on Netflix, where it's
that's
full
good.
like hour plus episodes, but everyone's different. Into the Dark's the same thing. They're all lumped together as one TV show, but you can start at any time. Like this is a season 2. I didn't even know these were all linked. When I clicked on the Into the Dark button and saw all the quote unquote episodes, I had watched a ton of them, but I had no idea they were all lumped together because you don't have to click on Into the Dark to find them. They're also listed individually, where on Netflix, when you watch Blue Mirror or Black Mirror, you can't find those episodes separately. See what I mean? They're a little bit different. But that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah. No, that was
because this is only like 79 minutes long, 80 minutes long.
Yeah, it's like an 80. It's like it's pretty short, but it's a good short movie.
Yes.
Okay. So before we get started on reviewing this movie, why don't we go ahead and get started on telling each other what we're drinking? Vetta, most important question, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a Be My Valentine because her name
Nice.
is Valentine. The movie is My Valentine. The only difference is so this has cherry sour schnapps, raspberry sour schnapps, lemonade, and lime. I added more because it's supposed to look purplish. Mine has more of the schnapps, the raspberry, and the cherry, so it's more, solid color rather than the lemonade thinning it out. And I didn't do the lime because I tasted it and I was like, no, I don't need that. I need more room for more alcohol. So
which we
what about you?
All totally understand that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am drinking a Smirnoff Ice red, white, and berry. I'm drinking it because A, I didn't want to look up a drink, and B, it was colorful and it was fruity and delicious. So I'm like, yay, yes, please. They're like seasonal and everything, I think. So yeah.
I have them too, but mine are in the bottle. Where'd you get the cans?
I don't know, probably from like Walmart,
a liquor store.
Yeah, probably somewhere like that. Okay, all right. So Vetta, overall, what did you think about this movie?
So I'd never seen it before, and I had seen the cover for it. I'm going to be honest, the cover doesn't do anything. The little cover that Hulu puts up for a movie, the description and the cover did nothing for me. I just went, ugh. But then I watched it and I was like, oh, I would have watched a longer movie. This could have been made into a longer, like they could have given us more of the before. And they could have given us more of the after. Oh my God. And they could put this soundtrack on iTunes or Spotify and I would fucking listen to it. This is good music. It's fun. It's like good, like treadmill or out walking the dogs, like early in the morning and you're getting ready. You need something. this music, I was pleasantly surprised. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, The Knife is on my playlist. Like I listen to it on a constant basis.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Okay.
Oh, I thought it was quite clever with her "I'm Electric"
Oh
song.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
No,
was
and
like,
I
oh, nice.
plus okay, so I pardon me, I was just having a sip. I had seen the trailer for this movie before it came out. And then when it came out, I watched it. Love this movie. It's so good. I love it so much. First off, I love that it was really like it was kind of gross in certain points, and I'll talk about it, but it was also I like movies that can take the one space that they're using and utilize that space and in
Oh,
such a clever way.
they
And
use
that's
that one room and
yeah,
a little bit of the parking lot, and that is it. You're in a bar
yeah,
and a little bit of the parking lot and a little bit of the kitchen, but the rest of the time, I mean, it's really great because sometimes you forget they're in the same room
right.
the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
whole time. But I
Yeah.
loved the clothes. I loved the music.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Loved the
yeah.
hair. I love me some good dyed hair.
Yeah, 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 for sure.
Blue, purple, whatever. And even the dancing when they put on disco for the beginners and
Oh,
he
right.
starts dancing when Royal starts dancing.
Royal. Yeah, which I love his name,
Oh,
Royal.
love his name. I was just like, get it. Yeah, because
Mm.
I loved it.
Yeah,
This
I
was
loved it
fun.
too. Yeah, no, I love this movie. Okay. So I also liked how at the beginning, Valentine, she I love how she's really the artist and the one that made up all these songs and sang these songs. And then she left Royal, and then he got a girl that looks just like her, kinda,
Yeah.
and sounds just like her, and just had her sing all her songs and was like yeah, you're gonna do
Because he
the
registered and
oh
trademarked
yeah,
all this. I don't know if it's trademark, whatever you do for music.
yeah,
He did it all in his name. So when she
mm-hmm.
left him, she didn't have the rights to her own music. Kind of like that one guy and Taylor
And
Swift.
Taylor, I was just about to bring that up. And Taylor Swift, yeah. Well, it's his name, Scooter, right?
Yeah, the
Scooter,
Taylor Swift scooter, something like
Skeeter,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
Skeeter, whatever. Anyways, oh, who cares? Anyways, okay, so all right. I love how Valentine also right at the beginning, she's all like, Royal took my phone. And her one friend, I don't remember her name, she's all like, he didn't take your phone. Stop it. It's you just lost it. I'm like, bitch, she knows him better than you do. I mean,
And
he
I
took
love
her
when
phone.
they find out he took him. She goes, I told you.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly.
She had to throw I told you so in it for
Yeah,
her.
exactly, exactly. I also can we okay, before we get back to the main crux of this story, can we talk about all the side characters? Because I have thoughts. Okay. So you have the three groupies of treasure.
Treasure that
Yeah,
they're really pissed off that Valentine, how
Valentine.
dare she still treasures songs and perform them.
Yeah, yeah, and everything. What was up with the guy with the eye patch? Like, listen here,
Maybe he had
me
pink eye and he
matey.
just wanted to go out.
I guess so, because the whole
Maybe he
time
had a
I'm just
glass eye.
yeah, oh, the whole time I was just like, what are we? Johnny Depp in a Pirates of the Caribbean movie? What's going on here? This is ridiculous. You're wearing an eye patch. You've got, this fat girl
I
and
was
a
like, we could have added 20 minutes of the movie just to give us a little backstory on each of these characters
oh
so I
yeah,
can
for
understand
sure.
why he has a eye patch and why are we so focused on the opening band, on the band that played at this open mic
I wanted to,
before Valentine,
right.
because
I
we
want to
showed
talk
them in
about
the
them.
car. Yeah.
Yes. We focus on okay, I want to talk about them real quick. First off, I would have liked to have seen their set. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, because I was like, were they any good? And then I also like in the car how he's all like, I think we should break up. And then she's like, as a band or a couple? And he's like, as a couple, we're breaking up as a band. She's like, no, of course not. And I'm like, you guys need to get your priorities straight.
And
Like,
then
I don't
she's
know.
like, do we get to still have a after gig fuck?
Yeah,
And
exactly. And I'm all like, and he's all like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you always got to do that. Yeah, for sure. But I also want to okay, so when they go okay, so real quick, let's just explain what's going on for people who haven't seen the movie. Um Royal, her ex-boyfriend and producer, whatever, shows up at a club where she's doing her first performance after she quit Royal
It's
and
been like a couple of years
yeah,
because she had to go through therapy and
yes.
all this other
And
shit.
people think that she's a fake pretending to be Treasure, and Treasure has this whole persona where she's so nice and everything. And so Royal shows up. What?
She kind of is it a persona because she kind of acts that way. I mean, at least the voice. She's all like,
Oh yeah,
that.
yes. And then okay, so Royal shows up at the bar and he pays the bartender or slash owner, I'm not sure. He pays him $1,000 to clear the club.
Out.
And then he talks to her and he's like, hey, I need help with the second album. And she's all like, yeah, right, fucktard. I'm not helping you out with her so she can sing my songs and everything. And then he proceeds to kill everybody. And he kills her friend, who is her guitarist. He kills the bartender.
She's in a 2-person band.
Yes, she's in a 2-person band.
And sings, and her friend
plays guitar.
I don't remember her name either. Just plays the guitar.
Yeah, her friend was hot.
The words. She doesn't actually sing anything. She just mouths the words.
Exactly. Then he kills the bartender because he really didn't leave. He's just hanging out.
And he watched the whole thing. He watched him kill the first chick.
Yes. And then he also kills the black guy, the band member from the other band, that guy. Okay. Yeah. All right. So there's some other deaths in there, which we'll talk about, but I want to talk about when the band, the front runner band or whatever, did
you know there were so many 2-people bands out there?
No, but you know, look at you, White Stripes.
All that plays at this bar.
Yeah. So when they come back in from after having after car sex, which is, I'm sorry, is uncomfortable, but whatever. Anyways,
not practical.
Yeah, after they come back in, I like how Royal attacks the dude right off the bat. And the chick, she bolts for the fucking door. Like, she doesn't even kind of help out. She's like, oh, fuck this.
He's not her responsibility anymore.
Please. Stop it. He just came in her. I think she could help him out a little bit. She's now carrying his baby. And he stabs that dude in the hand. And I'm like, that dude. And then I love how he gets out his guitar string from his pocket, which I'm all like, dude, stop letting this dude murder you. Like, you're letting him murder. You're not even trying to stop him.
Gave him the murder weapon.
Exactly. And then like he, creates a garret and then just like, and everything. But I'm all like, and then I'm also like, why is Valentine not helping this dude out? Like, that's my whole thing. I'm like, why is nobody helping anybody out? I'm like, there's only 2 of them. I'd attack them. I'd be like,
is she really involved though? She's more on like, remember, she's like, babe, you just killed her.
Well, she should have stayed in the car like she promised.
Right? That's what he tells her. This wouldn't have happened if you would have stayed in.
Yeah, which I'm all like, don't be an asshole. This is not her fault. This is your fault. You did this. One thing I did think was gross was when he kills a person and then he like wants to listen to them. And it's that.
Oh, the gurgly of the blood in their mouth.
Like I do not have a good gag reflex. That shit. As soon as that noise came up, I was like, ugh. I
hated how when he killed the girl, her best friend, Valentine's best friend, he's pissed that he forgot to record it. I'm like, oh my God, you're a psychopath.
Yeah. And
you're not just an abusive boyfriend. You're a psychopath.
He is a psychopath. One thing I did kind of like was when the people were dying and they kind of did this. I don't know if you and I heard it as the audience and they didn't hear it, but I liked how when the life left the body, it was like a
yeah.
kind of thing. I kind of like that and everything.
Well, I think that's what they were going for because that's the thing that he says he wishes he would have recorded with the girl is her last breath leaving her body.
Gotcha.
Which is why he's all super creepy and records. But I am happy he only did a voice recording and not a video recording of the bartender. I was like, because that's a whole different level of you just totally incriminated yourself. At least with a voice recording, you can play off the, no, that was my buddy Bob.
Yeah, right. Also, the bartender, like, I'm all like, why didn't anybody, like, I don't understand why they just don't be like, there's power in numbers. Although those groupies were helping out tremendously, which, by the way, do clubs lock from the outside? Like, I
don't know. I would think so because when you leave, you got to lock up.
Yeah, but they lock from the inside.
Maybe. I don't know.
Because they shut the door and then they locked it. And I'm all like,
Oh,
they didn't have keys. They're groupies, not the
yeah,
owner.
that's
So I'm all,
true. But
and
this
why
is my
didn't
other question. Why didn't the police show up? Because the bartender in the kitchen calls 911.
mm,
And if you call 911 and you don't respond and you
right.
don't give any information, they automatically send police
Yeah, that's
because
an excellent question.
they assume you're in serious danger, that you couldn't even respond, but you dialed, and they show up. And I kind of go, this movie, he's only the second death. There are three more deaths that take place after the bartender calls, or four more counting the bartender after he calls 911.
Right.
So
Yeah.
all these deaths are able to occur in what you assume is an under 5 minute time frame, because police response times are supposed to be pretty damn fast. So I
Right.
go, don't get murdered or attacked wherever this happened, because the
San
police are never
Francisco.
coming. Oh, well, that's a whole
that
different.
they, that explains everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Also, did you think Royal was hot? I didn't think
Mm-mm.
Royal was hot. Yeah, I wasn't. I
He
was
has
like,
that weird Mick Jagger lip thing going.
yeah,
Not
yeah. And
into
he's
that.
too,
I
he
liked his
seems,
hair. He had great hair.
yeah, he seems too soy boy. I thought the bartender was better looking, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Okay, so one thing, okay, so let's talk about the music since we talked about it. You mentioned it at the beginning. The Knife is my favorite song in this whole movie. I love
Oh.
it so much. It's very well written. It's got like a fun, like you said, the music is all fun in this movie. Um, what did you think about, well, what was your favorite song from the movie, if you can remember all of them?
Oh, I liked the one at the end, the electric.
Oh yeah, yeah, me too. Okay, so I was gonna bring that up. What did you think about that music video for the electric one?
So this is my whole thing is, I know that they keep saying that Treasure and Valentine look exactly alike.
Yeah,
They don't. I mean,
they
they
don't.
do, but they don't look. It would say they looked exactly alike if they left the sunglass. If Treasure had left the sunglasses on in every video, everything she ever did, and the same for Valentine if she left
Mhm.
the sunglasses. Because let me tell you, she's attached to these sunglasses because she was super pissed through this whole movie that
Yeah,
Treasure had her fucking sunglasses.
right.
That Royal had given them. So my whole thing is um the video would have been more believable if she would not have taken the sunglasses on. There's multiple times that she doesn't, but unfortunately, since Treasure did videos without her sunglasses on, you can tell the difference. So now for Valentine to be able to pass off as Treasure, which is what she does at the end, she would need to leave the sunglasses on during every video, every
Mhm.
kind of do like a Sia thing with the hair,
Oh
you know?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Or like my favorite performer, Marshmallow, wears the helmet, so you never know who's in there.
Right on, right on. Okay, so I thought that the video at the end, okay, so it's very obvious to me that they filmed all of her music videos in this building. They just
On the
threw up
same set.
exactly. They just threw up some lights and like a cushion or whatever, which I was fine with because you know what? It's fine. I get it. You're a baller on a budget and everything. And I still love the music. Like you said, the music is so good in this movie. It's super fun. It's super dancey and everything. So I loved it. But when I was watching the music video at the very end, I was like, well, it's not exactly like,
It's not winning no
high
MTV
end. Yeah,
Music
exactly.
Video
It's
Award.
exactly. It's not high end, you know what I'm saying? But it was still pretty fun. Okay. I also liked her hair, Valentine's hair, how it kind of changed, like I liked the one look where it was like she had her regular blue hair, but then she had like the ponytail coming
Mhm.
off this, but it was during the Knife music video.
Yeah, she had
Um,
like the middle.
yeah, I really liked that one a lot. Did you have a hairstyle you liked the most?
Oh, I liked them all. There's very little that I can say I didn't like about this.
Right on.
I mean, I actually didn't like that it was so short. Like I said, they could have added another 15-20 minutes. I'd have watched it.
Oh, for sure. Oh, I would have watched this movie if it like had a bigger budget and
Mm-hmm.
it was not on a TV thing. I would just
Yeah.
prefer like I would have watched the whole thing. Okay, so What? Okay, besides the I was going to talk about the side characters again. I thought Julie as a friend, because you know how she starts off, this movie starts off with she's listening to a shitty podcast, like one of those self-help podcasts. I was like,
Oh, yeah, one of those. You are beautiful.
yeah,
Reaffirm yourself. Start every day with you
yeah,
are worthy.
yeah, it was bad. But then I liked how Julie came up and then she was like, you know what, I'm ready to start over and everything and perform or whatever. Um, I thought Julie was a pretty good friend. I thought she
Oh,
was a
she
pretty good
was a
friend.
good friend. I mean, she should have encouraged Valentine just to write new music and do her own thing and forget about it, because he's there asking her to work on the second album. So clearly Treasure nor him can produce the same level of music.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that Valentine's out there performing all of Treasure's songs and claiming them as hers, she should have just wrote that new stuff, and she'd have never been on his radar. But
Right on.
I mean, he's an abusive boyfriend, so maybe by doing that, that was part of the standing up to him and whatever.
Yeah, and that's another thing I wanted to talk to you about. How do you feel about this movie and talking about like toxic relationships?
Well, I mean, they definitely go with the she's good and got away from one.
Right on.
So, I mean, they did a good job of that. Like they were showing like how she was still traumatized, even though she had worked on overcoming it and being able to enter into her life. They were still able to show flashbacks of where it was still affecting her.
Right on. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you because bringing up this toxic relationship.
Mhm.
Okay, so we moving back to the flashbacks. One flashback was so they're at the club and she invites all these dudes or whatever, and he takes her cell phone and he hides it. And so she is like super upset about it, which I'm all like, I would be upset too. It's like your hand. Once you lose your cell phone, you're like freaking out.
Mhm.
And then she's like, we're too poor to afford a new phone or whatever. And then he pulls it out. And I was like, what a dickhole. I mean, he took her, and then he's all like, you weren't paying attention to me. I was like, oh, get the fuck over
Oh
yourself.
God, he's
Once
such
you
a little baby.
Yeah,
It's
he's such a
ridiculous.
beta. Once
Ugh.
I'm like, once you guys get rich, then you can have time too. But you need to focus, fucker. And the focus is to make her career happen.
And
Um,
did you not love at the end when he says that the whole reason that he found Treasure and made Treasure was because she hurt his feelings?
oh yeah, yeah. And I
Grow
love
a
how
fucking pair of balls, you douche.
right, yeah, yeah, exactly. What a simp. But I did also like I was all like when he was like he kept saying, "Stop being mean to me," and I'm like,
Yes.
"Oh, you're such a little bitch." I mean, like, listen, I'm not exactly the world's most masculine man on the planet, but I was like, I feel like I could take this fucker. That bartender gave up way too fast because this fucker is a total pussy. Okay,
The bartender definitely was something else. I'm like, dude, you're bigger. You clearly look like you're stronger. Why? And maybe it's because he just doesn't have the, you know, fight gene. Maybe he's all about
maybe.
the flight. I don't know, but
For sure, which
when
I get that, but at the same time I go, do you want to die?
right. And can you explain to me why Royal feels the need to have every freaking exit locked or barricaded, that she can't get away? Like, I'm right there with her when she's all like, you came here to kill me. And he's like, no. And I'm like, you made all of her getaways impossible. And when she does find the roof exit, she falls and you drag her back in.
Right, yeah, yeah. Yeah, because he knocked her off the roof.
Yeah.
Which at that time I was like, oh, she's gonna get away. And then he's like, hey, and everything. And then they're running and everything. And I was like, oh, he's fast and everything. Um,
But
yeah,
he focuses on cardio.
yeah, exactly. I was like, look at that little skinny guy. Fast forwarding. Okay, so we're at the end, and Treasure has come to the realization that Royal's not really a good dude.
Right, because Valentine's on the stage giving her little speech.
Right, yeah. And
And
so
he cuts the cord to the microphone so she can't talk anymore. And he like confesses his love of her. And Treasure's like, what the fuck, babe? Like the
yeah,
fact that she calls
exactly.
him babe, like, and I know you and your wife call each other babe.
Hey,
The
babe.
way she says it is just so obnoxious that you're like, don't do that, because she's
Yeah.
got that baby voice. She's like,
Yeah. Which, yeah, so sexy. Yeah,
right.
like, yeah, exactly. The baby voice, so cute, you know? It's
And
like,
now this other band comes in.
yeah. So, okay, so Treasure ends up killing Royal, right?
Oh, she doesn't kill him.
Yeah.
She butchers the shit out of his face with that microphone
Yes.
stand. Like,
And then
Valentine's even shocked by how
yes.
that was.
And then it's a face off between Valentine and Treasure. And Treasure's all like, you're gonna like not play my songs anymore. I'm gonna sue you and everything. So she ends up electrocuting her to death with you by using the microphone cord that Royal cut and the blood of her now dead friend.
Would that work?
I don't think so, but I was like, you know what? I'm here for it. It's fine. It's fine. And I love how I don't
The
know.
whole time I went, would that work?
Yeah,
I know it would work if it was water, but would electricity electrocute you if it's in blood?
I honestly don't know, but I was like, you know what? I'm here for it. It's fine.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Why is it in movies when somebody gets electrocuted, they like fly backwards like so far? Like I'm all like, that's not how it works. Okay. Now I don't know how it works with the blood and the electricity, but I do know you don't fly backwards. Okay.
No.
You just slump over.
Anyone wants to see what happens when someone gets electrocuted? No, you don't. But there's a soccer player who gets struck by lightning, which is like the same thing, I would assume.
Oh.
It does not send you flying in any way, shape, or form, I don't think. At least not with a lightning bolt. Maybe electrocution from a power line's different.
I don't know. But
didn't you love how her glasses were only singed at the point of the heart?
Yes, which she took those glasses. Yeah, she took those glasses.
Did. She got them back finally.
Yeah, and I did like how at the end she pretended to breed Treasure, and she's like, excuse me, she's all like, I'm not gonna be, fake anymore. I'm gonna be myself. And I was like, and then everybody's like, what's going on? And what's going on? And then they're like, woo, be your authentic self and everything. I'm like, yay, look at that and everything. You're so special. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. What was there anything else in this movie that you wanted to talk about?
Well, first of all, I want to go, what happens? First, the police should have arrived.
They should have. Yeah, for sure.
This is the logical part of my brain going. The police should have arrived when she went back to the door to knock on the door, because we know those people weren't going to let her out. So the police would have had to open it. And then those three people would have seen everyone dead along with the police. How do we not get to see the part with how she explains all of these people dead away?
Right. Yeah,
because
exactly.
Even if the bartender's 911 call didn't go through, they let the girls. How was the one band member that left her bandmate after fucking to die with his own guitar string? How was she able to get them to open the door and go straight past them? But when they opened the door for Valentine, they were like, no way, bitch, not coming out.
Exactly.
And then, she called 911. It's like, oh my God, the guy just fucked is dying.
Right, yeah.
And that's the whole thing is I was like, you could have like, all you show is she got off scot-free and is now pretending to be Treasure. Like, did she take up Treasure's persona like when the cops came?
Yeah, and that's another thing.
Valentine died.
Yes, exactly. And another question I have is, did she play a concert in that fucking bar? Like,
I'll see what it looks like. She's back in the bar doing the super secret show.
Exactly. Yeah. So, which was just fine.
And then, since those three people were outside the bar guarding the door, are they accessories to all of these murders because they weren't letting anyone run?
I would.
So many drunken questions.
I would say yes, because they literally did not let her out when she tried to get out. She's like,
anyone out.
yeah,
So
and she said, there he's going to kill me. And they just shut the door, smoked their weed, and was all like, later, bitch, you hack, and everything. I'm like,
royals amazing, and we believe everything Treasure says.
exactly. I was all like, you already, your guys' story isn't tracking. So yeah. Okay, so Vetta, would you say would you suggest this movie?
Oh, for sure.
Me too. It's so good. I loved every minute of it. It was so much fun. Okay. Is there anything else you wanted to say about this movie? Anything at all?
And again, I just wish you could buy the whole soundtrack, not just one song.
You might be able to. I don't know. You might be able to. Who knows?
I don't know. I hadn't looked because, like I said, I'd just seen it for the first time. And the more and more I was like thinking about what I was going to say today, the music just kept coming back. So I was like, oh man, that's a soundtrack I'm here for.
For sure. For sure.
I'm not into disco music, but even that Disco for Beginners was a little.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Good.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up then. Thank you guys so much for listening to us. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at BS Drunk Pod to stay updated, and we'll give you some fun facts about this movie and everything. If you listen to us on Apple Podcast or Spotify, mostly Spotify, fuckers, leave us a 5-star review, please. I'm asking you nicely. We would really appreciate it, and you have no idea how much it helps us out. It helps us out a lot, especially
those
money-wise.
algorithms suck.
Yeah, they do. We'll also be posting the video version of this to our YouTube channel. So be sure to subscribe to us there at BS Drunk Movie Reviews. Again, that's on YouTube. Also, you guys, we have started a Patreon with plenty of different levels to suit any of your interests and everything. There's even an option to just, buy us a shot, which you just help support us and everything. And that's really helpful also, you guys. If you can, we understand if you can't, and all that good stuff. On the description, the link for that will be in the description down below. And please, you guys, don't forget the most important thing of the night, and that is to please not to forget to drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye, you guys.
Bye, guys.